All right. Testing 1, 2. Testing the sound. Sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sound check. All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Sunday, August 29th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your morning. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Bullpenpix.com. That's right, not the World Series of Handicap, but Bullpenpix.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join, and you want to follow the top scores each and every day right here at Bullpenpix.com. In fact, let's take a look at our top score right now. And our top score right now at Bullpenpix.com is Gas House Gang, Patrick Klein. Patrick's still at 889. And if you look at Muss is at 811. Old Muss, as we always say, as Isaiah would say. Sounds like an Old Spice commercial, right? Old Muss. And there's Billy Bob at 93,699. That's his handle. And you can find Billy Bob each and every day right here at Bullpenpix.com. All right, let's take a look at our most followed players today at Bullpenpix.com. And the most followed, when you win, you get popular, right? So it's like a popular contest. If you win, you get the most followers, and that is Gas House Gang right now. And Patrick Klein has 114 followers. Eddie O from Montreal has 105 followers. And yours truly, Ron Raymond, Ronnie Ray, at 94 followers. And that's because, folks, when you win, they follow, right? And at the end of the day, you can handicap all you want. You can have all the resources you want. It's all about the W's. You get that W at the end of the night, and we say it all the time on the Raymond Report. The objective, the daily objective, is to get to the winner's circle. And the weekly objective is to get to cash out Monday, because if you get to cash out Monday, that's a good feeling knowing you're going to cash out, right? Again, don't forget, let's see if we have any hottest pickers right now at bullpenpix.com. Oh, we got a couple of streakers here. There we go. Carlos Peterson. Look at Carpete 2, 22-8. There's our friend Isaiah Moore at 21-9. Michael Wallace, 21-9. The J Pope 89, the better odds one, 21-9. And there's Artie, the one-man party. Arthur Kent, 21-9. And there he is right here at bullpenpix.com. Again, folks, if you want to follow my selections and get my picks for free each and every day, all you got to do is sign up, go to the most followed, follow my picks, then go to your following page. And if you're wondering, okay, what's Ron's strongest play? Look at the percentage level beneath the logo, and that's how you'll see, or go to the end, the gold, silver, and bronze, and that's where you see my top plays each and every day right here. And my picks are free. All you got to do is go to Bullpenpix, and all the picks are free each and every day. Also, don't forget, sign up for the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest Season number 10. That's right, we're already in Season number 10, and you can sign up today at worldseriesofhandicapping.com. We're going to talk about some of the NFL games going here today, but you do want to get into the football contest. It's a great, if you're having a really bad time, at sports betting, you're not winning, the second best thing is contests. This way, the stress is you pay one fee and you got a contest, you got action for the rest of the year. I say it all the time. If you watch my tip videos, there's two types of bettors out there. You got your action junkie. Those are the people who just need action. And then you got your sports betting investors, and those are people who are in this for the long haul and are in it to make money, right? But if you're an action junkie and right now you're not having a good time, or you're not making any money, and you want to stay in the sports betting, like you still want the action, contests are the best thing until you figure it out, right? Until you figure it out, and then you start winning money. All right, there's Underdog Sniper. He's in the house. Dave McCabe, hello again from Thailand. Cashed out with the Chiefs yesterday and the Seahawks. So Dave McCabe did pretty good yesterday, and congrats, Dave. I always like to hear when people are winning, and that makes me kind of happy. All right, what is the Raymond Report? Oh, before we get to that, let's get to streetcatcher.com, and there's C. Peter 2021. He won again last night. He's on a 7-game win streak. Folks, again, we just talked about following the hot hand, right? Think about this. Sports betting tools. What are the sports betting tools? What are the best sporting resources that you have? And, you got a lot of great websites out there that have, the sports betting stat sites. You got a lot of good forums. But to me, when you have a sports betting tool like Streetcatcher, Bullpenpix.com, pick sites, right? It takes a lot of the work out of it for you. Like, say if you have a hectic day and a busy schedule and you don't have time to handicap, why not follow some of the best pickers at Bullpenpix.com, StreetCatcher.com. Folks, they did the work for you. And again, the more people that plays at these sites, that's the incentive. There's a reason why at Bullpenpix.com I don't put contest prize, right? Because I want the incentive to be that everybody is. It's like I hate the word to use crack, but it's like action, right? You know that this is a good site, and you know what? When people win, where do they go back the next day? They go back to the well, right? They always go back to where the person or the people or the resource that helped them win. And again, when you follow winners, people will always come back to the well. And that's why StreetCatcher.com, follow C. Peter, and follow Jason Wesley. Look at Jason Wesley here, right behind him at 6 wins in a row. And C. Peter 2021, 7 wins in a row. He had the under yesterday in the Yankees and Oakland A's game. And let's see what Jason had yesterday. Jason Wesley here at StreetCatcher.com. And Jason had 6 wins in a row. And yesterday, Illinois. Hey, good job, Jason, plus 6.5. And you know what? You're making your followers a lot of money, and that's what we appreciate. And again, it's free to play, and it's free to join, Bullpenpix.com or StreetCatcher.com. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. That's right, crazy Canuck above the 49th parallel. And I've been doing this since 1996. And if you haven't read one of my books and you're interested in a copy of my book, send me an email at ronraymond@atsstats.com. I'll forward you a copy. And I'm also the founder of the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest, which I just mentioned. So what exactly is the Raymond Report? What is this daily podcast you guys keep talking about? Well, it's called the Raymond Report. And what we're doing is we're trying to gather like-minded people, right? I always say you track your own kind in life. And when you hang with winners, you will be a winner. When you hang with losers, unfortunately, you know how it goes, right? But if we have enough winners that come in each and every day at the Raymond Report, we're going to track our own, like-minded, people who think like us and just basically want to have a good time, an hour of entertainment, an hour of information. And for the new sports bettor who have no clue what they're doing, this is the show for you, because that's what the name of the game is for the Raymond Report. We're trying to educate the newbie, and hopefully the old school guys, and we're at the in the bullpen, which we call our chat box, and that's where all the ramblers and gamblers come in each and every day. And there's Michael Robertson. Good morning, Michael. I see you there. Hope your family arrives safely. Yep, my sister and niece are in town, and my niece is getting ready to go to Ottawa U, so we're having a lot of fun here with the family in town from Toronto. All right, let me see here. Where was I on my? Hey, where's my buddy from Corner Gas? Stay focused. Stay on the schedule. The Raymond Report is based on value, percentage play, and the performance cycles. I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it every day. Look for value, look for the percentage play, and look for those performance cycles. And that could be team performance, player performance, because at the end of the day, to me, it all boils down to the percentage play, right? Quality information, guys. I'm not going to sit here and just pull a rabbit out of my hat and say, here's a stat, here's a stat. My goal is to give quality information, and hopefully at the end of the night, it leads you to the winner's circle. And you know what happens when you go to the winner's circle 3-4 times a night, right? You get the cash out Monday. All right, I see everybody rolling in. There's Eugene Hill. How you doing, Eugene? Nice to see you here this morning. Eugene said, let's get the money value. Detroit +1 and the Royals. How'd you like that Royals pick yesterday? Hey, the Royals, another winner. Hot and blazing, San Fran, what do you think, guys? That's me, the newbie, Dave McCabe. Right on, Dave. This show's all about, that's what it's for. It's for guys like Dave McCabe and everybody who are getting their feet wet into sports betting. Pretty tough card today. Yeah, you know what? I took a quick glance at the card, and we'll see. Hot blazing, thank you, Ron. You are right on. Thanks, Hot blazing. Appreciate you. I saw your comment the other day, and I just want to thank you for writing those nice words. And again, when people show appreciation and they show respect, it works both ways, right? It's like a sliding door, and I appreciate when people really see that the hard work that goes into all these shows each and every day, or podcasts. I can't call it show anymore. My wife will, she doesn't want me to call it a show. She wants me to call it a podcast. All right, there's my good friend Eddie O from Montreal. Good morning, Ron. Another work day for me. I wish I would have been in the MLB report with Pedro Martinez before I picked I would have been to see Peter as well yesterday. Oh, wow. Oh, I would have seen Pedro Martinez. Where's that? Ron, 6-minute show from an hour ago at San Fran today. Tough game. All right, Ron's 6-minute show from an hour ago as San Fran today, says Michael Robertson. All right, again, if you are interested in Ron Raymond's videos, all my tip videos I did in the month of July, if you go to our YouTube channel, in fact, let me show you guys this right now. And if you go to the Raymond Report YouTube channel and you scroll down below, you're going to see down here, Ron's top 30 sports betting tips. And during the show today, I'm going to show you, there's a link in the description. College football is here, right? We got a taste of it yesterday. I have 3 or 4 college videos that I did during the month of July. And if you go to the, if you look in the description, I don't know if it's there right now. It should be because, yeah, there it is. If you go in the description, you're going to see 3 college video tips. College tip number 1 is college football first 3 games of the seasons. Number 2 is college football's fool's gold. Where's the fool's gold in college football? And fading college football polls, right? So you know the Associated Press, the college football coaches, they all released their top 25. This is the perfect time to go look at that video. And because a lot of people, they're going to see those top 25 teams, and you don't think the bookmaker is going to see that too? And what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be the most exaggerated price when it comes to betting on college football in the first 3 weeks of the season. So be careful. Watch these videos because you don't want to get caught in the bookmaker's trap. And speaking of bookmaker's trap, also the number 1 tip is the silver bullet game of the day. Go watch that video tip if you're a newbie and you want to know what exactly that means. Also, I got a tutorial here at Raymond Report. Go to Tools, go to ATS Tutorial. I got the Raymond Report tutorial, and I also got a horse racing tutorial on betting horses. All right, speaking of horses, you know we always start the show with one sports betting tip from Racetrack, and I can hear Rusty in the background. He's getting really excited for Underdog Sunday. And today we're going to go to, let me see here. Is this? No, this was yesterday's tip. Let me go to, all right, you know what? Let me do this real quickly. We're going to go to Del Mar today. I know I got Del Mar is the track of the day. Today is July 29th. And where's Del Mar? All right, I thought I had Del Mar listed right here. So let me refresh this here. And boom, boom, boom. All right, let me go to the premium tip sheets. Takes a little while to load up. Oh, that's because I'm not even logged in here. Okay, maybe that's why we're not seeing the tip sheets just yet. So let me just log in here real quickly. And again, while I'm doing that, I want to say good morning to everybody. Ball Cash, how you doing, Ball Cash? Great day. Let's get the bag, says Ball Cash. All right. How'd you do yesterday, Ball Cash? Did you make some cash? So let me bring over this here, and let's go back to the horse racing tip. And it should say Del Mar. No, it says right there still. Well, anyways, we'll go to premium. I don't know why the Del Mar is not coming up right now. But let me go here to 29th. Today is 29th. We'll go to Del Mar. There it is. All right, so let's go to race number 1 today at Del Mar in California. The first race is a $25,000 claiming race. 5 p.m. post time tonight at Del Mar. 1 mile on the dirt. We're going to go 6-2-5 in race number 1. Mongolian Widow with Statistical taking the ride here on the 6-horse Mongolian Widow. AJ Rock, the 2-horse, with Ellingwood taking the ride here on the 2, AJ Rock. And the number 5 horse, it's a riddle, Maldonado. Remember, that reminds me of, remember Candy Maldonado? He used to play with the Blue Jays. It's a riddle, the number 5 horse, Maldonado, taking the ride here on the 5, 4-1 morning line. 6-2-5 in race number 1 today at Del Mar. And your joker selection, it's not a long shot. It's good value. It's the number 1 horse, Page Runner, with Frey taking a ride on the 1, Page Runner. If you're going to play an exacta today at Del Mar in race number 1, I'm going to recommend 6-2, 2-5, 5-1. And if you're going to play in a trifecta, 6-2-5, 1-2-5 trifecta box. Always remember to box those horses. And if you're going to play the joker, oh, losing my voice here. All right, hopefully I don't lose my voice. If you're going to play the joker, 3-1 morning line here on Page Runner. Always remember to play the Double Dutch betting system in horse racing. That is, if you have a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 1, Page Runner. This way he comes in second, you get some of that money back. All right, so Eddie says Pedro Martinez was MLB Live, And on their MLB Live station, he did a comparison between him and the Oakland pitcher. Yeah, I love Pedro. Remember Carlos Perez, the old Montreal Expos pitcher? Carlos, he was an entertainer. We used to go down to the Montreal, the Big O, to watch the Expos back in the day when they had a really, probably one of the best teams, with Felipe Alou coaching. But they had a pitcher named Carlos Perez, and it was just anytime he'd pitch, he'd have this one pitch that he would just like a loop. It was a loop ball that he put in, and batters didn't know how to hit it, but a couple did tag them. All right, so let me see here. Bravos hit the Scalafani hard. I understand football and basketball, says Dave McCabe. And there's Chad. Morning, ladies. I did 11 out of 15 yesterday. Hey, you know what? Speaking of doing a good job, the computer pick yesterday. Did you see the computer pick here at the Raymond Report yesterday? It won 13 of the 15 games. So the selections that I gave yesterday, 13 of 15 on the computer pick. So it was a pretty good day. I got to pump those tires once in a while, right? Once those computer picks do well. And again, folks, if you are watching for the first time and you see me talking, you don't have to, just wait for me to interact with you. Interact with the people in the bullpen. Share your picks with the people in the bullpen. Don't wait for me to, to tell you guys what to pick. The goal is if you guys can share your picks with other, ramblers and gamblers in the bullpen, that's what this show is all about, right? Again, I want this show to be about all of us and not just one of us, right? So the more people we got sharing their picks in the bullpen, then this way, there's a better flow to the chat room, a better flow to the show, and then I don't feel all the pressure of always having to, give you guys, direction or my picks or anything like that, right? Again, and the thing is, I don't mind pressure, but I just want everybody to share their picks, right? Yeah, strong water, Ron? Yeah, it's a rainy day here in Ottawa. It's not a great day, but we did get a lot of humidity the last, so finally break. It's 18 degrees here today in Ottawa. I don't know what is that in Fahrenheit, but in Canada we use the old Celsius metric, right? All right, there's Hot Blazing. He likes San Fran today. I'm on the White Sox, says Isaiah, and game over. So they're perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. All right, let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at what came in the last couple days in baseball. And I know the day before, was it Friday night? We had a lot of unders come in. Let's see what came in on Saturday. And I'm looking at this for the very first time. Wow, look at that. Wow. Hey, 2-12-1 to the under. And this is why we do the show. And this is why the SBI is part of the opening act on the Raymond Report. And the reason why I always start off with the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, is you want to see what came in the day before. You want to see where the public psychology is. You want to know where how the bookmaker is thinking. What do you think the bookmaker is thinking today after he's seen the last 2 days? The under is 22-7-1 to the under, right? And look at the favorites yesterday, pretty balanced, 8-7, 10-5 on Friday night. So let's go up here and look at this. On a 7-day average on the totals, the under has hit 58.9%. Look at the season average. So we are now 8.9 above the season average for unders. So folks, what this tells me is that we're right now in an unders run, and if you look at all the unders the last 2 weeks, keep the pedal on the little on the right there. Keep that pedal down, because I think who knows, right? I can say keep it on, and next thing you know, it's 12-2 to the over today. But the only thing you really can control after 2 days of seeing the games go under, limit your bets on the total. If you're a 5-unit player, I would limit, and if you're an under player today, I'd probably limit to 1 or 2 units, because what goes up must come down, and there's, it's very rare you're going to see 2-3 days in a row of double-digit unders, right? And I'll have to take a look at the starting pitchers today. Must have been a lot of number 1s and 2s going yesterday in baseball. All right, if you watched the CFL last night, the BC Lions took care of business here in Ottawa. Ottawa's offense is, we said it yesterday, they're horrible, right? So really a bad offense. And again, don't forget, check out my college video tips that I put in. And if you guys want me to do a couple of games in the ATS calculator, but before I do, let me go to this. I want to show you guys something before we get into the breakdowns of all the games. So if you go on the dashboard here and you go offensive, defensive rankings, this is a good It's a good exercise to do when you're handicapping to see, because sometimes we get so caught up in the records of the teams, the over-unders and, the money lines, that we kind of forget that the offense and defensive stats of each team, right? So if you go to the Raymond Report and you go MLB and you go game matchups, you're going to see the ranking of, I'll do a couple of the first games so you get an idea what I'm trying to say. So Arizona's playing Philadelphia today. Now, I'm not going to say it. So the line here is 167 on Philly. The over-under is at 8.5. But look at the offense and the defense of both these teams. Arizona ranked 22nd on offense in Major League Baseball. Philadelphia ranked 15. And from a defensive point of view, so pitching, 29th in the league compared to 17 in the league. So when you think of Philadelphia, what comes to mind, right? Mediocre. I look at a mediocre offense and a mediocre pitching staff, right? And if you look at Arizona, and if you've been following this the whole season, Arizona's getting a little bit better, but pitching-wise, they're still the same Arizona, right? St. Louis, Pittsburgh, St. Louis ranked 25th on offense, Pittsburgh ranked 30th, and but pitching-wise, St. Louis pitching has been pretty middle of the pack. And if you go to overall standings right here, you can see the top ranking offense in Major League Baseball. And if you're ever wondering, sometimes you're looking for an indicator on how to bet totals, this is a good way. If you like overs, you look at this column. And if you like unders, you look at the pitching column right here, right? And I like to always look at the top 10 teams. So when I say San Diego, Tampa Bay, Oakland, White Sox, Mets, Yankees, Astros, Brewers, Giants, and Dodgers, how many of those teams would you consider under teams, right? Depending on who's pitching. So just to give you a little mindset, a little tip on how I approach my totals. Because, when you're doing over-under handicapping, you need a starting point, right? And to me, this is one of my starting points. All right, what do we got next here? We got the ATS calculator. But before we do, if you are into the NFL preseason game, we do have some games here today. We got a CFL football game tonight. And what do you think of that Jacksonville-Dallas Cowboys game? When I saw the line, Jacksonville minus 4.5, right away I said, okay, Dallas is not really dressing anybody today, right? So 4.5 for Jacksonville, 36.5. Does anybody need a win more desperately than Urban Meyer today? He's not going to come out and tell you he needs that win. But if you're on the team and you're the ownership and you got Urban Meyer to come in, and you got Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback, and you're 0-2 the preseason. Yeah, you need a big win here today. But is this an over-exaggeration to put Jacksonville a 4.5-point favorite? Over-under set at 36.5. You got Miami taking on Cincinnati today. The Bengals a 2.5-point home favorite. Over-under is set at 36.5. You got the Raiders taking on the 49ers. That'll be a good matchup, actually. 5.5-point favorite for San Fran. The over-under at 36. You got the Patriots taking on the Giants. Minus 3.5 is the line. 36 is the total. I like the Patriots on the minus 173 money line. I know it's a bit chalky, but again, I think Belichick is on a mission after last year to win games. Even though he's 2-0 in the preseason, the Giants, I just don't know. Belichick, even with his backups, I think they can get the job done here today. And Cleveland taking on Atlanta. The Browns a 6-point favorite. Now that's the night game, so people are going to be watching that game there tonight. So there could be a lot of attention on that game. Could be a lot of action. So keep an eye out on the latest line move on that game. And the total is 36 on that game. But I think my top play today will be New England. Not laying 3.5, but maybe New England money line. I know it's a bit chalky at 173, but not in the mood to sweating out 3.5 on a preseason game, right? And again, I don't bet many preseason games. I've only bet one this year, and it was New England last week. And I'm going right back to the well on the Patriots tonight. Tonight you got the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking on the Calgary Stampeders. Let me see where the latest line on that game. And I don't know why bookmaker. Okay, there we go. We finally got the money line totals up there. So Winnipeg, this line opened up in the middle of the week. What did I have at the middle of the week here? Hang on, let me grab my CFL stats. And let me see here. Yeah, it opened up at 5, and it's now up to 7. So lines coming in on Winnipeg. Money line is 261. The total is 44.5. I do like Winnipeg tonight. You got Jake Maier for the Calgary Stampeder, rookie quarterback, and you don't want to be sending a rookie quarterback against that defense in Winnipeg. I'm seeing like a 33-10 type victory for the Blue Bombers there tonight, so it should be good. All right, no, Tyler, don't worry. We're getting to baseball. We're going to do baseball right now. It's just doing the CFL, NFL lines. And speaking of baseball, let's get to the baseball report. All right, before I do, let me just bring over the trends. Actually, I'll do the trends after. I'll do the computer pick first, and then we'll get to the trends in just one at the end, right? All right, let's go look at the games here. And then at the end of the show, if you guys want me to take a look at some of the full Raymond Report, then I'll get onto that. All right, let's get those computer trends going, just loading up. And again, if you have any questions, just post them into the bullpen, and don't forget to share this. Don't forget to share this show on your social media. I always appreciate when you guys are sharing the show, and this way we get more people involved, right? And if you missed the show, you can always watch it right after on the replay. It'll be on our YouTube, it's on our Facebook, and we are also on Twitch now. So if you are watching on Twitch, I'd like to welcome you guys, and hopefully you guys are tuning in each and every day, and you're subscribing to our channel, right? All right, let's go to game number one between the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Now the bookmakers have got the Phillies at -167. The over-under at 8.5. Ranger Suarez pitched pretty good in his last outing, in fact. Who was it again? I remember saying, you know what, he's doing it pretty good. I think it was Tampa Bay. I'm not too sure. Let me take a look at this. Ranger Suarez, and I thought it was Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay. He went 6 2/3, 6 hits, 7 Ks. He had 7 Ks, but Tampa Bay is a beast. Hey, Tampa Bay is a beast. And you got Madison Bumgarner going here today for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, you're getting a pretty good value here on the Arizona Diamondbacks, and you got them in a nasty mood. They lost by a touchdown yesterday against the Phillies. The final was 7-0, and they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. Bumgarner 7-8 on the season, 4.1 ERA, and if you look at his last start, 6 innings at Pittsburgh. He took the L, took a loss against the Bucs, so I don't like seeing that. But you know what? Bumgarner's been solid all year. He's given you innings. I think you're getting good value here on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And what's the chances of winning? 67 compared to 41. And what's the 7.45 to 5? The over-under at 12.45. So the total's very high here. And looking at the Kogo at 41%. My line on the game, I had the Arizona Diamondbacks at +194. And I had the Phillies at -191. So you are getting, believe it or not, value on both these teams. The percentage play does favor Arizona. You know what? I might take a flyer here on, but Suarez pitched really good last game against Tampa Bay. I don't know. My first instinct is Arizona, maybe the under. All right, St. Louis taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. You got Kwang Young Kim going up against Will Crow. Now, when Kim goes for the Cards, they're 11-7. St. Louis on a 2-game win streak right now. The over-under on the season is 57, 35, and 6. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, looking at they're on a 2-game losing streak and 47, 83 on the year. My line on the game, I had -129 here for the St. Louis Cardinals. And what I have here for Pittsburgh, I had +192. And when I look at St. Louis on the road this season, let me take a look at their road record on the year. And bring up the Raymond Report. Let me pull that up. So we do have 6.63 to 3.59. The over-under at 10.22. St. Louis on the road this year, they are 31-32, while Pittsburgh 27-38 at home this season. And looking at their last 10 games, 5-5. Both teams are 5-5 in their last 10. Last night, 13-0 victory for the St. Louis Cardinals. We're getting near the end. And what's St. Louis in the standings? Let me take a look at St. Louis in the standings. So in the National Central Division, they are sitting in the 11 games behind. And what's their the wild card situation here for St. Louis? 3.5 games behind. So you know what? They're not mathematically eliminated just yet. I do like St. Louis here today. Kwang Young Kim going against Will Crow. But, I don't know. -168, -129, so a bit overvalued. The percentage play at 41. The only thing that scares me is this here last night, 13-0. When you embarrass a team like that, the next day, normally the team you just embarrassed will come out more aggressive. Maybe the over is where you want to go. Or the D-bag says Michael Robertson, first 5 on Arizona. Yeah, maybe. Yes, Eugene, I got some of the trends on the Jays as well. All right, Tampa Bay taking on the Baltimore Orioles. You got minus 220 here on Tampa Bay. The over-under set at 10.5. ATS forecast, going to lean with the Rays here, who are on a 6-game win streak. Minus 220 is the line here on Tampa Bay. The over-under at 10.5. And, man, Tampa Bay just keeps rolling along, right? 71, 51, and 7 to the over-under record on the season. My line on tonight's game was minus 193. You can see they're overvalued at 220. And for Baltimore, they're going to send Spencer Watkins to the mound against Josh Fleming. 2-6 on the year for Watkins, 7.7 ERA. I like Tampa Bay, obviously, in this one. I don't know. The total, let me check out the total here. The last 2 games I've gone under the total. 22-7-1 to the over for Tampa Bay against C-type teams on the road this season. The one thing I hate betting totals on Tampa Bay games, especially the under, is that they can just have that one big inning and they can just screw up your ticket, right? But I do like Tampa Bay in this one. Boston taking on the Cleveland Indians. The Tribe coming off a 5-3 loss last night to Nathan Eovaldi and the Boston Red Sox. Tanner Yoke going today for the Boston Red Sox up against Eli Morgan of the Tribe. And looking at Cleveland now on a 2-game losing streak. Last two games between these two teams have gone under the total. So look at the Kogo. Kogo's at 59%. So that's the percentage play on the over. You know what? The over could be a nice little play here. What's the weather today in Cleveland? Cleveland, it's 5% rain, 87% wind miles per hour, 7 miles per hour wind, left to right. So it's going left to right, so it's a crosswind. You know what? Maybe the total here might be worth a look to the over. And I'll check on some of my stats and trends on this game. And let me go look at Boston and Cleveland. And 59% the chance of this game going over the total. Boston now be bullish against another team that's be bullish. So you got 2 teams going through a pretty good cycle. I got the total at 10.11. So maybe the over is where you want to go here. In fact, let me take a look at some of the stats on this game for Cleveland. In the last 30 days at home, 8-7, 6-9 to the under. Against right-handed pitchers, they are 24-15. Again, a lot of numbers pointing under. So I'll have to do a little bit more handicapping on that game to give you a final conclusion. Cincinnati taking on the Miami Marlins. I had the Marlins as my 5-star best bet yesterday. I really loved Sandy Alcantara in this situation last night against Vladimir Gutierrez. Gutierrez started the year really good, but then he's been fading down the stretch. But I thought it was a really good spot here. And, the price was right on the Miami Marlins. The one thing you'll get with the Marlins is that they'll always play teams tough at home. It's a little bit. It's almost like Colorado, right? They're tough at home. In fact, let me take a look at Miami's home record on the season, and then I'll get to Cincinnati's road record. But looking at the Miami Marlins at home this year, 33-32. Now, it's not in the same ballpark as Colorado, but you got a losing team with a winning record at home, and they're 21-44 on the road. I just thought last night was a really good spot for the Miami Marlins. And today you got Tyler Mahle going up against Jesus Luzardo. And let me take a look at Luzardo's numbers in his last few outings. 4-7 on the year, 7.91 ERA, a whip of 1.82. And in his last start, 4 2/3. The start before that against Atlanta only went 3 innings. So not a lot of, 10 hits. He got 10 hits in his last outing. I think Cincinnati's the play here. Tyler Mahle going. I think Mahle's in a good spot. Price is a bit expensive. I had minus 140, so you can see the price is a bit overvalued here today for Cincinnati. But I do like Mahle here going for Cincinnati, and they're coming off a 6-1 loss last night to the Marlins. All right, let's take a look at the Blue Jays taking on the Tigers. If you've been following the Tigers and the Blue Jays, the home-and-home series last week and this weekend, I said yesterday this could be a low-scoring game. You had Alex Manoah going for the Blue Jays, Jose Urena for the Detroit Tigers. I had a 2-team parlay yesterday in my members picks. I had Toronto and Kansas City, so I was able to cash in on that. And looking at the line today, minus 163. But the bad news is it's Jose Berrios going for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Berrios has not been good. In fact, in the month of August, I don't think he's got a win yet in the month of August. 8-7, 3.70 ERA. I think, Jose Berrios, really good pitcher. I just think right now he needs a break. For him, I probably wishes the season was over. Get back in the gym, get back and get your mind right. Work on, take some rest. I think, if he does the right things in the offseason, he can come back and have a really solid season. I just think right now he's in a bad spot. 3 innings last game, 9 hits against Chicago White Sox, 6 Ks. Man, he's been struggling. He's only got 1 win in his last, I want to say, like almost 12 games here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's only got 1 win in his last 13 starts. This is not a good spot here. Hey, you know what? I love the Blue Jays. I know this team can hit. They got a lot of young stars, but now they're showing the inexperience of the Toronto Blue Jays, right? If you watch the Blue Jays in the month of April, May, June, if you watch that dugout, it was like party time, right? There's no more party time in Toronto if you watch that dugout. That's the inexperience of the young players. You got to learn how to win. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays are not learning how to win. And then when they lose, it really loses bad, right? So Toronto's got to find, and it comes down to Charlie Montoya. Charlie's really got to get back track of this team and get him back on a winning track. But don't let this the emotions on the bench carry on for innings, right? Anytime you look at, and I'm a Blue Jay guy, so I always watch the Toronto Blue Jay games. I just feel the finger on the pulse of this team. They don't know. I don't think Charlie Montoya knows when to reel them in, and I think he just gives them too much rope, and there's not enough seriousness on this Toronto Blue Jay team. This Toronto Blue Jay team will eventually, if they keep this group together, I think they could probably go to the playoffs, maybe win the American Conference Division opponent championship, maybe a World Series down the road, right? But I think they got to get a little bit more serious. There's too much smiling. I know I sound like a fuddy-duddy or I'm boring, but you got to be. There's the time to be serious and the time for business, right? And I think Toronto they got to find that approach. Now the Blue Jays going up against Matthew Boyd here today of the Tigers, and I got the Tigers winning again today, 6.1 to 4.8. The over/under at 11.01. I say again, I know the Blue Jays won last night, but again, I'm going against Berrios. I think Berrios is, not in a good spot right now. Last 7 games for the Tigers have gone under the total, so maybe the total is where you want to go. All right, Gloria K, how you doing, Gloria K? Eugene Hill, guys, let's get rich on Tigers, Brewers, and the Royals. Merry Christmas, hey? Christmas in August, I love it. Tigers is the play. Love the first 5. Yeah, that's a good call, Isaiah. Ron, Mary K. Ron, thanks for your tip yesterday on the under Reds in Miami. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. Glad you're able to make some money. Computer went crazy with the picks yesterday. Yeah, you know what, Josh? Computer picks went 13-2 yesterday. Really, really good day, yes, for the computer picks. Jays were more focused when playing in Buffalo, says Michael Robertson. You know what? That's a pretty good observation right there, Michael. So Michael Robertson just said that the Toronto Blue Jays seem more focused playing in Buffalo. Yeah, maybe getting at home, the distraction, everybody's, the excitement of seeing the fans again. But, pro's a pro, right? You got to be a pro. And, I always say, when you get between the lines, it's business, So I just think the Blue Jays inexperienced, but I just don't know if Charlie Montoya is the guy in Toronto to really, when you look at all the best managers, I look at guys like Cash in Tampa Bay. This guy here, there's a tone, there's a demeanor to his anytime he's on the field or in the dugout, right? It's just business, and I just think that Toronto is just too inexperienced right now. All right, too much time on the Blue Jays right here. Washington taking on the New York Mets. Speaking of team that's struggling, right? Where's my Joe Namath struggling right there? 162 is the line here on the Mets. The over-runner set at 8. Forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with McGill and McGill. Hey, from Better Call Saul, McGill and McGill. 5.17, 4.6, the over-under at 9.84. Eric Fedde going here today for the Nationals. The last 2 games for the Nationals have gone under the total. And when I look at this pitching matchup, McGill, he had a really pretty good beginning of the season. Let me take a look at his numbers of late. And Tyler McGill, believe it or not, he's only 1-3 on the year, a 4.07 ERA, and he hasn't had a win. This is almost like Berrios. He has had 1 win in the month of let me see, since June 23rd. He's only got 1 win. So man, for some reason I thought he pitched way better than that. But no, not a good situation here. And again, when a ship is sinking, and you're getting good value like you are today on the Washington Nationals. You got Eric Fedde. You know what? I think Washington could be worth a look here today. San Fran taking on the Atlanta Braves. You got Ian Anderson going up against Anthony DeScalafani today of the San Francisco Giants. Chance of winning, 34% chance for San Fran, coming off a 5-0 win against the Chop Shop yesterday. Anderson, when he goes for Atlanta, they're 9-9. And the percentage play, 56% chance of winning on the computer play. But look at the value, right? So my line on the game, I had Atlanta minus 140, and you're getting a good value here. You're getting good value on both these teams. I think San Francisco, let me see the Scalafani in his last couple of starts. 11-5 on the year, 3.26 ERA. He was on the 10-day disable for an injured ankle. And is this his first start? Let me see. When was the last start? August 18th. So, yeah. So, let me see what they're saying in the notes here. Will return from injured list, start Sunday against Atlanta. He was injured against the Mets on August 18th. He had an inflammation. Wasn't a major one. He's ready to go without rehab. So, he hasn't had rehab. So you know what? I think the Scalafani's itching to go here. He hasn't pitched in over 11 days about. I think San Fran is the play here, guys. I think San Francisco could be the play. And let me see here. There's K-Win Bets. Take the Oakland today, says K-Win Bets. Welcome to the show, K-Win. Glad you're sharing your picks. Appreciate that. I do like San Francisco. 3.65, 3.38. The over-under at 7.03. And, should be an interest. What's the total on this one? The total on this game is 9. Let me take a look at the Raymond Report and to see what any numbers that I can. I want to see what the over-under is of late for the Atlanta Braves. And looking at the Braves, their last 10 games. And just waiting for this page to pop up. There we go. 3-6-1 to the under and 2-8-0 for San Francisco. Their last 10 have gone under. So, if you're looking for value on the under, I think it's tough because if you look at the Kogos at 55% and 80% of the Giants' last 10 games have gone under. I always like to get a team when they're in some type of 5-5, 6-4, 4-6 type thing, but 2-8 that just screams over to me right now. Looking at the so when San Francisco's on the road and the total's 9, it's 1-5-3 to the under. And against right-handed pitchers on the road, 16, 24, and 3 to the under. And for Atlanta against righties at home, 21 and 20 over under. And the third game of a series, 8-6-2. And for the Atlanta Braves coming off a loss, 17 and 12. And for the San Francisco Giants coming off a road win as an underdog, 13 and 6. I like San Fran. Give me San Fran in this one. I do like San Francisco. All right, the Battle of Chicago. You know what? Who saw that coming yesterday? Who saw Lance Lynn getting rocked against the Chicago White Sox? I mean, the Chicago Cubs. Hey, the Cubbies with their AAA team since they made all those trades at the deadline. Kyle Hendricks going today, so their best pitcher going up against Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease has been hit and miss all year, right? It depends when you get him. He's been pretty good of late. In fact, let me take a look at Dylan Cease's number. 10 and 6 on the year, 3.92 ERA. 7 innings last start against Toronto. You know what? I had that game. I had Chicago. I think I had the under in that game. That was a good pitching matchup. He went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. He's coming off a great outing. He hasn't had a losing decision since July 21st. And for Kyle Hendricks, remember, Kyle Hendricks is the pitcher that, remember when Chicago had that, 16 or 13 game losing streak? Well, it was Kyle Hendricks that got the win, right? The old veteran. He said, all right, enough of this crap. Let's get that W. And that was on August 17th. Hey, my birthday. So on August 17th, he got the victory against Cincinnati. He went 6 innings. He got the W. And looking at his last start against Colorado at home, he went 7 innings, 9 hits. 9 hits, though. That's a lot of hits. 6 Ks, hit by pitch. There was one there, winning pitcher. So, yeah, he did get the win in that one. Or let me see here. Did he get? No, he didn't get the win. So, Kyle Hendricks, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Maybe the under. Maybe the under is where I'm going to lean in this one. But you know what? You just embarrassed the Chicago White Sox at home. And let me take a look. Here, where's my... let me take out my faithful super database. I want to see how the Chicago White Sox do at home after getting skunked by 0 in their last game. So, go to my super database, go to MLB, and I'm going to go to Chicago White Sox home or away after scoring 0 runs last game. So let me see here. They scored 0 runs in their last game. And let's see what their record is this season after getting skunked. I think it's going to be a good, let me see here. 6-2, 3-5 to the over. Interesting. All right. So I do like the White Sox here today after getting embarrassed yesterday. So give me the Chicago White. I'm not laying 202 though. That's one thing. I had 191 and I had plus 179. What's the total? Total in this game is 9. So maybe the total is worth a look here. Let me see here. San Francisco against the Cubs. Let me see what people are saying right now in the bullpen. True Fun, Tyrone Woodley, Jake Paul. Take Woodley says tonight. Yeah, that's on pay-per-view, right? That fight, Jake Paul against Tyrone Woodley. Yeah, that should be an interesting matchup. All right, let me see here. We're going to bring up the Cubs and White Sox. So the White Sox in their last 10, 4-6. Chicago 5-5, and the Chicago. Let me see here. The White Sox after. So the Chicago White Sox at home, coming off a home loss as a favorite, 11-3. But when they're just coming off a loss, 19-3 in their next game. So yeah, Chicago White Sox for sure. Maybe in a 2-team parlay, or maybe Chicago on a run line, right? All right, Milwaukee taking on the Minnesota Twins. Now the Brew Crew losing again last night. Now Milwaukee in a 3-game losing streak, and for the Twins, again I said it, last couple of days, right? Minnesota's been one of the best underdog plays in the last couple of weeks. Griffin Jacks going up against Aaron Ashby of the Milwaukee Brewers, and used to be an Ashby pitcher. Remember in San Diego back in the day, Ashby? I forget his first name, but I wonder if there's any relation right there. Milwaukee in a 3-game losing streak. Minnesota's on a 2-game win streak. Griffin Jacks. We do have the Twins winning again. Look at that. 5.5 to 3.7. The over-under at 9.33. The Kogo in this game, 60%. You got a bearish team in Minnesota up against a neutral team. A neutral. A means they're above 60% in the standings. And for Milwaukee on the road, coming off a loss this season, only 15-14. So, that's one game. And during the day game, 17-5 on the year. 17-5. But you know what? Milwaukee, let me see here. So I want to take a look at the standings. Milwaukee and Minnesota. So let me go back to the standings. So Milwaukee, Minnesota. All right, so you got a non-conference game right here. So check this out. The Milwaukee Brewers. Let me go to my database. All right, let's go to Milwaukee on the road against non-conference opponents. So interleague play. Where's the non-conference opponent this season? 0-4. Look at that. 0-4. What about home and away? 4-10. Wow. So Milwaukee is struggling against National League division, or let me see, not National League. Milwaukee against American League division opponents. Yeah, so they're not too good in interleague play, right? So I think Minnesota going for the trifecta here today could be a good one. I'd hesitate before jumping on the A's, says Michael Robertson. Yeah, you know what? Anytime you get a team that goes on a long winning streak like that, they tend to lose, in the same manner in the losing streak, right? So I think the Yankees could be a dangerous play today. In fact, let me show you that. Any team, any baseball team this year coming off a 10, let me see, do I got 10 or more game win streak? I think I only got 5. Yeah, I only got 5, so it doesn't really doesn't apply here. All right, Houston taking on the Texas Rangers. You got Zach Greinke going up against Taylor Hearn of the Texas Rangers. Minus 196 is the price. Houston on a 4-game win streak. Texas on a 4-game losing streak. And let me take the Raymond Report and take out some of my numbers. I want to take a look at something here on Houston. And the Battle of Texas, right? And Greinke going for the Houston Astros. And how has Greinke done in the last couple starts? 11-4 in a year. He's got an ERA of 3.41. He hasn't had a winning decision since August 13th against the Angels. Lost with no decision against Kansas City. Lost to Kansas City, so it was a back-and-back game against the Royals. And for Texas, they're on a 4-game losing streak, and they're sending Taylor Hearn to the hill here today. And for the Rangers, they are 2-8 in their last 10, and 28-36 at home. And when Texas is coming off a home loss as an underdog, 11-13 and 19-20 coming off a loss. 0-6 coming off a 3-game loss, so not a good spot here for the Rangers. Give me Houston. Colorado taking on the Dodgers. You got Antonio Sensatella going up against Julio Urias of the Dodgers. When Urias goes for the Dodgers, they are 20-6. But look at this, 17-8-1 to the over. And for Sensatella, when he goes for the Rockies, 7-14. But Colorado, Jekyll and Hyde, right? We know they play well at home, but not too good on the road. And I'll take a look at their road record right now. I had the Dodgers at minus 212. The Kogo, look at the Kogo, 70%. So the last 3 games for the Dodgers have gone under the total. And for Julio Urias in his last couple of starts, no, not showing, don't have his stats right there. They're showing Mitch White. So I guess it's still undecided for tonight. And that scares me. Isaiah says Eugene Hill. Brewers seem to win in clusters. Yeah, that's a good point. Milwaukee does seem to win in clusters, right? And this is why I don't think I'm going to trust the Brewers in the playoffs. But I do like the Dodgers here, 5.1 to 4.2. The over-under set at 9.4. Kansas City taking on the Mariners. Now, KC on a 3-game win streak. You know, speaking of winning in cluster, right? Kansas City seems to be one of those teams that win in clusters. And they're just, they're like disruptors, right? They're beating all the teams that they, as underdogs. In fact, if you look at Kansas City as an underdog, I wonder if I can do this. Let me go to my my other database. Let's take a look at Kansas City in their last 10 games as an underdog. I got a feeling they got a pretty good record. So I'm just going to bring this over here, and I'm going to go to the regular database. I'm going to go to MLB. Let's take a look at Kansas City as an underdog this season. Underdog, last 10 games. Let's go last 10. Last 10 games. 7-3. Yeah, I knew it. Remember yesterday I was saying, sometimes your gut instinct, your subconscious, when you're just, you say a team and then within 3 seconds there's like, I did a video on it, the instincts, right? Your sports betting instincts. And when I just saw when Isaiah mentioned that the Milwaukee winning in clusters, it just, for some reason I saw Kansas City. I said, you know what? I think Kansas City too. And sure enough, look at that, 7-3 in their last 10 as an underdog. So pretty solid. What about as a road underdog? Let me go look as a road underdog for Kansas City. Road underdog, last 10, 8-2. Wow, solid. Kansas City looks like another underdog here today against Marco Gonzalez of the Seattle Mariners. Seattle now on a 3-game slide. And if you're looking for value, you can see here, plus 152 was my line on Kansas City. So you're not getting value when you compare the value index to the bookmakers line. And if you do like Seattle, the percentage play is in their favor, 73% chance. And I had minus 125, 43% on the Kogo. But I'm going to go with the computer. Hey, the computer went 13-2 yesterday, 5.3 to 4.9. The over/under at 10.3. I don't think they'll go deep into the playoffs either, Ron, says Isaiah. Seattle to win this one, says Chad. And, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I think you're getting good value here on Kansas City as an underdog. And the ESPN Sunday Night Game of the Week between the New York Yankees and the Oakland Athletics. You got Jordan Montgomery taking on Paul Blackburn of the Oakland A's. Minus 138 is the bookmaker's line. I had minus 182. You're getting value here on the New York Yankees. Paul Blackburn going for the Oakland Athletics. And let me take a look at his stats right now. 0-1, 4.09 ERA. Only had 2 starts, and they were both 5 innings, and no decision. Well, he had a loss against Chicago. And for Montgomery, the southpaw, you got 5-5, 3.69 ERA. He went 5 innings last game, 2 hits, 4 walks though. 4 walks, a lot of walks, 2 Ks against Atlanta. And let me take a look at the Raymond Report, bring over some of the numbers, and to see what we got on the ESPN Sunday Night Game of the Week. And again, you got a team who just snapped their 13-game losing streak, and I'm going to have to talk to my programmer to see how teams that have won 10 or more, how they do in their next game. The Yankees, though, the hottest team in baseball the last 30 days. In fact, when you look at their road record the last 30 days, 11-3. And in fact, let me go to the database here. Let's take a look at the Yankees. New York Yankees, last 30 days. Let me see here. Current season. I don't think I can do last 30. I'll do last 30. Last 30 games. 24-6 to the last 30 games. Yeah, it's, you know what, you're getting good value on the Yankees. Oakland, this could be, you know, the spotlight game of the week. You know, motivation's going to be there. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. How do they do against lefties? Oakland against left, 18-11, 10-19. Man, maybe the under. Maybe the under is where you want to go, but what? Last night's game went under. Yeah, I think the under is where you want to lean tonight. I don't think I want to touch the Yankees. I don't want to go to the well too many times. But, you know, what is the calculator thing? Let me think of the ATS calculator. Let me go here. MLB. Let's go New York Yankees against Oakland. I want to see what the total says. 8.32. What's the total in this game? Total is 9, right? So, yeah, it does like it to go under the total. Is there any other games you guys would like me to do here on the calculator before we call it a wrap? Only 54 minutes today. That's pretty good. All right, Eugene says Atlanta needs to bounce back. Giants have a better pitcher and got smoke. So bookies have a field day. Hey, you know what? One thing I like to do is every time we're about to end the show, how about everybody throw their best bets in the bullpen? So if you got a minute, just say, you know, here's my play today. You know, I hate to call it your top play because if you're betting on any team, you know, every pick should be your best bet, right? You don't go to the window or you don't go to your computer and say, oh, you know what, this ain't my strongest play. I don't, you know, no. Every pick that you pick, you want it to win, right? So every pick should be a best bet. But you know, the confidence level on every selection is a little different. But it'd be great if you guys can post your best selections into the chat room. Then this way, everybody gets an idea on who they like. And guys, if you want my picks, again, I'm not going to make my picks right now on bullpenpix.com because I still want to handicap some of the games. And it's a good approach because if I do my picks right now, I'm just giving you my basic my instincts, right? My instinct picks. I'd rather, you know, go and do a bit more research on some games. Some games I know I'm taking, but if you want my top plays, all you got to do is go to bullpenpix.com, go to most followed. Go to most followed, and then go to the Expos logo, follow my picks, and then go to your following link right here, and then look for Ron Raymond. Now, what I recommend is you only follow a couple of people. If you follow 10, 15 players, that you're really not helping yourself, right? Follow the top pickers and the people with the top points. Now, I'm looking at some of the scores here, and I might have to kick a couple of people out of my bullpen here. Hey, Isaiah, you better pick it up here. 346. I don't know if I can keep you in my bullpen here, Isaiah. I'll do it out of respect because I do respect Isaiah. But what you want to do is you look at the bottom right down here, and you say, okay, 79%, 55%. That's the confidence level of that player's pick on that game. So when you look at the end, you got the gold, silver, and bronze. The people you are following, take a look. Those are the top 3 plays right there. And the last one is we take the highest low. So for example, let's say I like San Fran, but I only like him at 51%. But I like every other pick, like say in the 60s or 70. That would be my lowest high, right? Because I don't put like when I do the make picks here, I don't take your highest selection and make it your third, like your third highest selection. I don't make that your bronze pick. I take your lowest highest. This way there's value to your underdog selection, right? So there's a method to my madness. All right, so Gloria K likes the Diamondbacks today. Eugene says he's taking the over. Isaiah 7-7. I got nothing ready yet for today, says Sniper. And however, Seattle has not lost 4 in a row at home all season. I will pass. Isaiah says his top plays today, Tigers money line. You know what? The way, that's a good pick because the way Barrios is pitching right now, White Sox game over 9. I'll have to take a look at the total. I'll have to take a look at the total right now. But, yeah. All right. All right, any questions? You guys want me to check any game on the ATS calculator before you guys want me to, before I log off? If there's any games you guys want me to bring up on the ATS calculator, just let me know. In fact, let me do the CFL game for you guys. If you guys are watching the Canadian Football League tonight, Calgary taking on Winnipeg, and the calculator likes Winnipeg 6.2 to 3.82. So it does like Calgary and the under here tonight. Any other games you guys want me to handicap right now? Oakland A's, Royals, Tigers, money lines, K-win bets. And let me see here. Any other? Let me do Toronto, Detroit. I'll do Toronto, Detroit real quickly. Toronto, Detroit. Toronto 1.7 and 9.2. So what's the total in that game? Yeah, I like it to go over. All right, folks, there it is. That's the rain report today for a Sunday, August 29th. Oh, trends are your friends. Yep, good call, Gloria K. Good call, Gloria K. All right, let's go to the 8% Club. Trends are your friends. Yeah, what a good call by Gloria right there. All right, Phillies 13-1 as a 160-180 home favorite versus a National Conference opponent the last 2 years. The under is 10-1 for the Royals as a plus 140, 160 road underdog playing on Sunday the last 7 seasons. Let me see here. There's the Brewers 9-1 as an away team playing on Sunday this season. So if you like Milwaukee, there's a good one right there. We got the Blue Jays 9-1 as a 160, 180 road favorite coming off a win versus a right-handed pitcher last 7 years. The Phillies 24-3 as a 160, 180 home favorite versus a conference opponent the last 3 years. The Brew Crew 14-2 in a third game of a series on the road this season. So if you like Milwaukee, the third game of a series seems to be their thing at 87.5. The White Sox 13-2 as a home team coming off a loss against a right-handed pitcher this year. And the New York Mets 12-2 as a 160, 180 home favorite coming off a National League Conference opponent the last 2 years. And the Boston Red Sox 15-3 as a 160, 180 road favorite coming off 2 unders since 1996. All right, those are the trends, and let's see if they're your friends today for a Sunday, August 29th. I'll be back on Monday, Manic Monday. Hey, we'll call it a Manic Monday, and hopefully we could bring you some more information and have a good rest of your day, folks. Don't forget, check out the video tips in the description. College football top 3 video tips, the ones I did this summer, and I'll see you back here on Monday.